Jurassic Park is my favorite movie and franchise of all time, and today I want to share my favorite scene from each of the 6 current movies. Starting off with, of course, Jurassic Park. This one had a lot of scenes, and it would have been super easy to choose, literally some of the cinema-defying scenes, like Welcome to Jurassic Park, and When Dinosaurs Rule the Earth. But I chose a scene that I think is very underrated within the entirety of the franchise and Jurassic Park, the movie itself, and that is Alan Grant and the Brachiosaurus scene. I love this scene, and I think it demonstrates why I love the scene is because it demonstrates the park John Hammond truly imagined. John Hammond wasn't making Jurassic Park for money. He was making it for people from all around the world, for families to come here and enjoy. And I love it. We see Alan Grant and the 2 kids, and it's almost like a family going to see the Brachiosaurus. And the Brachiosaurus isn't treated as some just tourist attraction or some movie monster. It's treated as just an animal, a dinosaur, a giant cow. And that's why I love it. It's a very peaceful scene, and it's almost like a bittersweet scene, because it shows us what John Hammond really meant when he said, let's open Jurassic Park. Let have it, no expense, have everyone be here. He didn't want to make it a park for the rich, he wanted to make it a park for everyone, because dinosaurs were supposed to be right for everyone to see. And that makes me love John Hammond even more as a character, but it makes me love this scene so much. It really shows what Jurassic Park could have been in some alternate timeline. And that is why I love the scene. It's really a great scene, and I think it's literally the most underrated scene in probably the entire Jurassic Park franchise. There's not even a scene that comes close to this with outside Jurassic Park, the movie itself. The other scene that I think comes closest is the Triceratops scene in the first Jurassic Park, but anyway. I love this scene so much, and it is my favorite in the original film. On to Jurassic Park: The Lost World. There was a couple scenes I could have chosen from, I guess I could say about any film, but I did like several scenes in this movie, like when we first meet the Stegosaurus, or when the T-Rexes were pushing the trailer off the cliff. But my favorite scene in this movie was when the T-Rex is rampaging through San Francisco. I just love this film. I do love this film. I just love this scene because it just reminds me of Godzilla. I'm a big Godzilla fan, and just seeing the T-Rex just rampaging through San Francisco. I'm in New York. San Francisco. It's just fun. It's just a fun scene in the movie, and yeah, I just enjoyed it. This is the first time we see dinosaurs on the mainland, and it's just so cool. And the practical effects, especially for when this movie came out, I think 1997, I think, when The Lost World came out. And the effects of this look great, and when the T-Rex crashes in the bus, that looks super real. And yeah, this is just a very fun scene, and definitely a scene I come back to watching all the time when I watch Jurassic World: The Lost World. And I'm excited to see when I do watch Jurassic Park: The Lost World too. That's my favorite scene in the sequel. Jurassic Park 3, generally I love Jurassic Park 3. I think more people over time have come back to Jurassic Park 3 and said it's a pretty good film. Is it up to Jurassic Park, the first one? No, but it's still a very good and enjoyable film. And one of my favorite scenes from this movie is the Tyrannosaurus Rex versus Spinosaurus. This led to a debate that's still going on over 20 years after the movie's release, but I really like the scene. First of all, it looks great, and it's the first, and I think actually not anymore, but it was definitely the first fight scene we got between 2 giant theropods, and it was awesome. The fight scene of the T-Rex versus the Spinosaurus is just super fun and just super cool. And again, it looks great for especially 2001. This movie looks awesome, and yeah, the scene looks awesome. The only thing I don't really like about the scene is that it's just too short, in my opinion. I would have loved it if the Spinosaurus kind of just not I don't know what you call it, but didn't kill the Rex, but made the Rex back off, asserted its dominance over the Rex, and maybe the T-Rex came back in the end of the film to kill the Spinosaurus. That might have been really cool. But anyway, I still really like the scene, and I just wish it was longer. And how bad could a scene be if I want more of it? So yeah. For Jurassic World, my favorite scene in this movie is more teeth, or when we see Rexy for the first time in about 20 years, 2015. I have to do math in my head. It's 22 years later? I'm not sure if that's good math. But anyway, it's been a while since we've seen Rexy, and just seeing her in the scene is awesome. Seeing her slow motion break through the Spinosaurus, which is kind of a nod to Jurassic Park 3 when the Spinosaurus killed the T-Rex, with the music in the background, It's just a beautiful scene. I absolutely love it, and I still remember the scene, seeing it for the first time when I was like 10 years old in the movie theaters. It's a moment that's been ingrained in my mind forever, and I love it. It's an awesome scene, and it's one that has stuck with me for ever since I saw a movie. And I love rewatching the scene on YouTube again and again because it's just that awesome. So yeah, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Now when this movie came out, I originally wasn't that big of a fan of it, but since it's been a couple years since the movie came out, I believe it's been like 8 or 7 years. Actually, it's been 7 years since the movie came out already, which is insane. It's actually I've come around to it, and I actually do pretty enjoy this movie quite a bit. Definitely not as much as pretty much the other any of the original Jurassic Park movies, or even Jurassic World, honestly. But I still kind of like it, or I still actually really do like it. But I gotta say, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom has one of the best scenes in the entirety of the franchise, including literally every TV show and every other movie. And of course, I'm talking about the intro scene to this movie. Whoever thought of this intro scene was cooking. Like, they were doing awesome. They were doing an awesome job. It is generally, it evokes so much Jurassic Park feel to it and essence. I don't really know how to describe, why, but it is awesome. And I don't know, just seeing, hearing the footsteps of the T-Rex just coming through the forest, seeing it chasing the guy through the rain, and the music in the background is pretty good. It's like that, it's honestly like the music from Jurassic Park, the game, the Telltale game, which is very, ominous, mysterious, and I love it. And the scene is just awesome, and, it concludes very awesome with the Mosasaurus jumping out and eating the guy from the helicopter. It reminds me of the famous line by Nigel Marvin. It's like, no matter how bad things get on land, never jump in the water. I don't know, the scene's just awesome. I know I'm saying that word a lot, but that's how you describe a scene. This is just legitimately one of the best scenes in the entirety of the franchise. And it's just amazing. So yeah, I love the scene, and yeah, there we go. On to the final film of the list is Jurassic World Dominion. I'm gonna be honest, I did not like this movie at all. I saw it 4 times in theaters, and I saw it 3 times in theaters, and I did not like it. I remember I saw Jurassic World 4 times in theaters. That's what confused me before, but for Jurassic World Dominion, I just didn't like it. There was almost no scene in this movie that I liked. Every scene in this movie that had potential was way too short and had no build up. The Pyroraptor scene, way too short, literally 1 scene. Quetzal, that was cheese in the whole trailer, and that was not a scene. The Mosasaurus has no scenes. I think the only scene that had build up and payoff was the Therizinosaurus scene with Claire. The only problem with that is the first trailer of Jurassic World Dominion just spoils that entire scene. It shows you basically the start of it, middle, and end if you saw a trailer, which is why I don't watch trailers anymore, because trailers just spoil the entire film. Or not entire film, but that scene probably would have been so cool to see for the first time when watching the film. But since I watched the trailer, I literally only watched the first trailer, and that scene was just spoiled by the trailer itself. So now I don't watch trailers, mainly because of that scene, but some other movies too. But with that being said, what is my favorite scene in Jurassic World Dominion? Well, I'm just gonna say it's the Atrociraptor chase. Why I like the scene? It's just fun. It's just nice seeing, one thing I really like about the scene is where it takes place. It takes place in Malta, where we can see the dinosaurs actually out in public, amongst humans. And that should have been really a focus of the film, considering that's what Fallen Kingdom was building up to and what Jurassic World Dominion was advertised as. So I like that aspect of it. I like where this chase scene takes place. But it's just, again, just a fun chase scene. I think it's the first chase scene we've had in a vehicle in a while. In the Jurassic Park franchise, literally the only one I can think of is from the first one at Rexy in Jurassic Park, the original one. But yeah, I don't know, I like the scene. I liked when the guy got eaten by the Carnotaurus or Allosaurus. I like that. I liked how the Allosaurus and Carnotaurus acknowledge the Atrociraptors. I think that was really cool. For some reason, just seeing dinosaurs acknowledge each other. But yeah, that's really it about Jurassic World Dominion. And that, again, that concludes the list, actually. So yeah, tell me in the comments below, what is your favorite Jurassic Park, Jurassic World scene in the entire franchise from each movie, whatever you want. And yeah, hope you enjoy the video, and yeah, see ya. Bye-bye.